The town of Ravenswood was the kind of place that people only spoke about in whispers. Hidden deep within a dense forest, it had been abandoned for decades, the only remaining traces of its existence being the crumbling ruins of old Victorian houses and the overgrown cemetery at its edge. It was a town steeped in legend, a place where darkness was said to have taken root long ago. No one visited Ravenswood, at least not willingly. But that changed when a group of friends received a mysterious invitation. It was late autumn, and the days were growing shorter, the nights colder. Alex, the leader of the group, was the first to find the invitation in his mailbox. The envelope was old, the paper yellowed with age, and it was sealed with a wax stamp bearing the image of a raven. Inside was a single piece of parchment, the handwriting elegant and formal. You are cordially invited to the Ravenswood Manor for an evening of discovery. Come alone, or bring friends if you dare. Midnight on the night of the new moon. Follow the ravens. There was no signature, no indication of who had sent the invitation. Alex was intrigued, but also unnerved. He showed it to his friends, Sarah, the skeptic, Jake, the thrill-seeker, and Emily, the quiet one who always seemed to sense things before they happened. They were all curious, and despite their better judgment, decided to go. As the night of the new moon approached, the group prepared for their journey. They packed flashlights, snacks, and a few other essentials, treating it like an adventure. But as they set out on the evening of the invitation, an uneasy feeling settled over them. The air was thick with fog, and the forest seemed darker than usual, the trees looming like silent sentinels. They followed the directions carefully, their path lit only by the faint glow of the moon hidden behind the clouds. Ravens began to appear along the way, perched on branches or flitting through the trees. They followed the birds, just as the invitation instructed, until they reached the outskirts of Ravenswood. The town was exactly as the legends described, desolate, with overgrown vegetation reclaiming the land. The houses were in various states of decay, their windows shattered, and doors hanging from rusted hinges. But one house stood out, Ravenswood Manor. It was the largest structure in the town, its silhouette imposing against the night sky. The manor was in surprisingly good condition compared to the other buildings, as if time had forgotten to touch it. The front door creaked open as they approached, an invitation to enter. Without a word, the group stepped inside, their footsteps echoing in the vast, empty space. The interior was grand but eerily preserved. Dust covered the furniture, but it was clear that someone, or something, had been maintaining the place. A chandelier hung from the ceiling, its crystals glinting in the dim light. The air was thick with the scent of old wood and decay, mixed with something else, something faintly metallic, like blood. As they explored the manor, they found a dining room with a long table set for a meal that had never been served. The plates were pristine, the silverware polished, but the food was long gone, leaving only dried husks on the plates. Candles, melted down to stubs, lined the table, their wicks burnt out long ago. Suddenly, the door to the dining room slammed shut, and the candles burst into flame, casting flickering shadows across the room. The group jumped, their nerves on edge. The firelight revealed something they hadn't noticed before. A portrait hanging above the fireplace. It was a painting of a family, their faces pale and expressionless. The parents, a stern-looking man and a woman with hollow eyes, stood behind two children, a boy and a girl, who seemed to stare directly at the group with lifeless eyes. As they gazed at the portrait, a cold wind swept through the room, extinguishing the candles. The temperature dropped, and the walls seemed to close in around them. In the darkness, they heard a faint whisper, a voice so soft it was almost lost in the silence. "Leave, while you still can." The voice seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Emily clutched her arms, trying to shake off the sudden chill. "Did anyone else hear that?" she whispered, her voice trembling. Jake, always the brave one, forced a laugh. "Come on, it's probably just a trick of the wind, or maybe this place is just playing tricks on our minds." But none of them truly believed it. They could feel it, the presence of something malevolent, something that wanted them gone. Yet, something kept them there, a strange compulsion to continue exploring, to uncover the secrets of Ravenswood Manor. They decided to split up to cover more ground, a decision that felt wrong the moment they made it. But curiosity and the need to prove they weren't afraid pushed them forward. As they ventured deeper into the manor, the whispers grew louder, more insistent, echoing through the empty halls. The shadows seemed to move of their own accord, twisting and writhing like living things. And somewhere, deep within the heart of the manor, something was watching them, waiting for the moment to strike. Little did they know that the invitation had been sent with a purpose, a lure to bring them into the heart of the darkness that had claimed Ravenswood long ago. And now that they were inside, there would be no easy escape.